Welcome back to a new video in my YouTube channel. Today I'll tell you guys about my group J, K and L predictions. Let's start with group J. Group J consists of Argentina, Austria, Algeria and Jordan. Let's start with the defending champions Argentina. Argentina is coming into this World Cup as defending champions as they won the World Cup in 2022 Qatar. But this time around things are different. They aren't a super team, but they weren't a super team last year too. So they can still pull off anything like last year. Argentina's fixtures have been good. They are unbeaten in 18 of their last matches. But you have to remember they aren't facing top quality sides. Like France is facing Brazil and Croatia, while Argentina is facing teams like Honduras. So Argentina will have to keep that factor in mind that they will face more top opponents in the World Cup. On to Austria. Austria are coming into this World Cup as a feeling for revenge, as they missed up on the 2022 World Cup as they didn't qualify for it. But this time around, their golden generation is over. The likes of Alaba and Sabitzer will be playing their last ever World Cup. But the recent results haven't been that bad, beating Tunisia 1-0. So Switzerland might have two 1-0 wins, but then maybe lose against the likes of Argentina. Team I'm gonna say next is Algeria. Algeria is coming into this World Cup in good form, beating like the teams of Netherlands 1-0 and recruiting players like Zinedine Zidane's son Lucas Zidane for goal. And recently the defense have improved. Normally Algeria is used to having good attackers like Riyad Mahrez, but this time with Lucas Zidane, their defense has improved massively. Now the team after Algeria is Jordan. Jordan is qualifying for this FIFA World Cup for the first time in their history. But the Jordan team isn't just here to survive. They're coming to this World Cup with hunger, as they do have the team to win. Even if the results against Switzerland where they lost 4-1 and Colombia where they also lost weren't that convincing, but you have to remember they are facing top tier sides and their main man on top is injured for this World Cup. So Jordan will be feeling that they have been a bit robbed for this World Cup. So my honest Group J predictions are Argentina first, Algeria second, Austria third and Jordan fourth. Now let's move on to Group K. Group A consists of Portugal, Colombia, DR Congo and Uzbekistan. Let's start with one of most people's favorites to win and people who are hoping to win, Portugal. Portugal is coming into this World Cup with a very solid team. They aren't Ronaldo free anymore. They have evolved from that. They have golden players like João Neves, Bruno Fernandes who recently broke the assist record and Vitinha who won the player of the match in the Champions League final. Portugal's recent results also have been good, beating Chile 2-1 and also they won the Nations League final against Spain on penalties. Now let's move on to Colombia. Colombia is coming into this World Cup with a good World Cup qualifier but a shaky results recently. They lost to France's B team 3-1 and barely beat Jordan 2-0. Colombia has a super team this year, consisting of the likes of Luis Diaz, who has unreal numbers for Bayern Munich this season. Now let's talk about the team who's qualified for the World Cup the second time in their history, DR Congo. DR Congo is coming into this World Cup as the 10th African team and the last African team that qualified to the World Cup and they qualified from the playoffs. DR Congo has some good players, recruiting some dual nationals too. Now let's move on to Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has a very good team coming into this World Cup. They have the likes of Kusanov in defense and recently in the FIFA series they even beat the likes of Gabon. But the recent results were a bit shaky, losing to Canada 2-0. But you have to remember this wasn't Uzbekistan's first team. So my Group K predictions are Portugal first, Colombia second, Uzbekistan third and then DR Congo fourth. Now let's move on to Group L. Group L consists of England, Croatia, Ghana and Panama. Let's start with England. England has a very good team, but some of their squad choices from Thomas Tuchel have been a bit shaky as he picked Jordan Henderson and he picked Jet Spence over the likes of Arnold. So Tuchel has been getting a bit more pressure from the England fans, not calling up Trent Alexander-Arnold for this World Cup. But England's recent results haven't been that bad, narrowly beating New Zealand 1-0 And also don't forget, they did reach the final of the Euros, but then eventually lost to Spain 2-1. Now let's move on to Croatia. Croatia is coming into this World Cup with kind of the end of their golden generation, as people like Modric, Rakitic, Perisic are old now. But they do have a new golden talent like people like Josko Guardiola and Luka Vuskovic. So the team isn't practically that bad. Now let's move on to Ghana. Ghana is coming into this World Cup with very bad form, losing to Mexico 2-0 and drawing to Wales 1-1. And you have to remember, Wales isn't even in the World Cup this year. So it's very disappointing for a team like Ghana. In my opinion, Ghana won't do much in this tournament, but they have to pray for like a draw against England or maybe even they draw against Croatia. Now let's move on to Panama. Panama is a North American nation that qualified to the FIFA World Cup. Panama is coming into this World Cup with actual decent form, beating Bafana Bafana 2-1. By Bafana Bafana, I do mean South Africa. And they did play 2 matches against South Africa. In one they drew 1-1 and in the other they did beat them 2-1 like I mentioned earlier. So my honest Group L predictions are England first, Croatia second, Ghana third and then Panama fourth. This is the end of my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And if you want to know any type of football content or want to see it, please write in the comments. Thank you.